In the dim glow of a 24-hour diner, 18-year-old Jamal was a familiar sight, working the night shift. His hands, though still young, were already calloused, a testament to his hard work. One evening, the bell above the door chimed, and a group of his classmates swaggered in. Their laughter echoed off the tiled walls, filled with the sharp edge of mockery. "Well, well, look who it is," one of them sneered, loud enough for everyone to hear. "It's our future CEO, flipping burgers for a living." Another one chimed in, "Big plans, huh, Jamal?" They all laughed, a sound that cut deeper than any kitchen knife. Jamal's jaw tightened, a flush of heat rising to his cheeks. But he held his head high, took their orders, and served them with a quiet dignity that they couldn't possibly understand. The sting of their taunts lingered long after they left, a bitter taste that mingled with the smell of hot grease and coffee. This became a regular scene. The ridicule, the condescending looks. But Jamal kept showing up, night after night. He'd clock in, the exhaustion of his school days settling into his bones. He'd pour coffee, wipe down counters, and flip countless burgers, all while his classmates were either sleeping or out having fun. The nights were long and lonely, a blur of studying during his short breaks and wrestling with complex equations while the city outside slept. He was living a double life, a dedicated student by day, a tireless worker by night. The weight of it all was immense, but he carried it with a silent perseverance, his eyes fixed on a goal that no one else could see. He was building something, brick by brick, in the quiet solitude of those late hours. Months crawled by, each one a marathon of sleepless nights and relentless effort. Then, finally, came graduation day. The air in the auditorium was electric, buzzing with the excitement of proud families and hopeful graduates. The principal stepped up to the microphone to announce the highest honor. And this year's valedictorian is... A drumroll of anticipation filled the room. Jamal Washington. A ripple of pure disbelief washed over the crowd. Whispers turned into murmurs. How could it be? Jamal, the kid from the diner. The group who had mocked him relentlessly were the most shocked of all, their jaws practically on the floor. They exchanged confused glances, the memory of their cruel jokes hanging heavy in the air. This wasn't part of the script they had written for him. Jamal made his way to the podium, his steps confident and sure. He looked out at the sea of faces, his gaze eventually landing on his former torment. He took a deep breath, and a calm, clear voice filled the auditorium. "They say the night is for dreamers," he began, his voice steady and strong. "And I've definitely had my share of sleepless nights. But while some of you thought I was just flipping burgers, I was actually building a dream." A hush fell over the room as everyone leaned in, captivated. "You see, my dad got sick last year," he continued, his voice thick with emotion but unwavering. "Working at the diner wasn't a choice I made for pocket money. It was to help my family keep our home, to make sure we had food on the table." "But that's not the whole story," Jamal said, a small smile playing on his lips. "With what was left, I started a project. In the back room of that very diner, I began a free tutoring program for the younger kids in my neighborhood, a place where they could get help with their homework, a safe space to learn and grow." He paused, letting his words sink in. Those nights weren't just about survival. They were about service. They were about investing in my community. He then held up his acceptance letter. "And because of those long nights, I'm proud to say I've received a full scholarship to study architecture. My dream isn't just to get by anymore. It's to one day come back and build real community centers, places of hope and opportunity for everyone." A wave of stunned silence was followed by a thunderous, roaring applause that shook the entire auditorium. The students who had once mocked him sat frozen in their seats, their faces a canvas of shock, shame, and a dawning respect. Their casual cruelty now seemed so small, so petty in the face of his incredible strength and generosity. Jamal's secret wasn't one of shame. It was a badge of honor. He wasn't just a boy working in a diner. He was a young man who had shouldered the weight of the world and used it to build a better future, not just for himself, but for everyone around him, one night shift at a time. Thank you for watching. If his story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that celebrates the power of the human spirit.